If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. You can just say what up. You can tell me you love my videos. You can even tell me you hate my videos, bro. But just do it on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Young Miami's car gets blammed up on the way home from the studio, and there's a viral top 50 rappers list floating around, and Joe Budden is number 3. Plus, it's a back to school drive. Let's talk hip hop.
But you know, like, they had their lights off, so I never saw them. Like, whoever it was, they had their lights off. I don't know where they came from. No, it came from behind me. The shot started from behind me. They didn't start, they started from behind me because when I got to the side.
Alright, Joe, so that video right there was of Young Miami, and I guess, you know, alright, so thank God that Young Miami is okay, first and foremost, right? And you all know that she's pregnant, right? So, I mean, this is crazy. If something would have happened to her, I don't even know if they knew that was her or not, or maybe they just saw like a dope, you know, red G-Wagon, but it wasn't like they was trying to rob her. It seems like they were trying to assassinate. It seems like they were just trying to like kill her, right? So maybe they did know who it was. Maybe they was waiting for her, right? She was leaving the studio, and you know, a lot of rappers, they go to the studio and they be there all night, just working, and you get wrapped up in the music, right? So last night, which is really like early this morning, like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, she's on her way back to the crib or whatever, right? She's in Miami, right? So she's where she's from, and somebody followed her, and apparently they didn't have their lights on, so she couldn't see who it was or what the vehicle looked like or anything, and they just started shooting at her vehicle, right? She says that, you know, then she heard the shots, and she was like, yo, oh, they shooting, and then she pulls over, right? Thank God her G-Wagon was bulletproof, right? And I think every celebrity should have a bulletproof vehicle, because things are getting crazy, right? This is in the state of Florida, so you know pretty much everybody got a gun. He got a gun, she got a gun, everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was crazy, right? So that video right there, they have Young Miami on the side of the road. She pulls over, she stays in the car, the police show up, and they have her come out the car, and they're asking her questions about what happens, right? She doesn't really have any answers for them. She's like, I don't know who it was. I didn't see who it was. I don't know what was going on. I don't got no beef with nobody. I'm not involved in anything, right? Which is cool, but the whole situation is that, yeah, they did try to kill her, right? And just because they didn't get to her doesn't mean that this still doesn't affect her, right? Because you're pregnant, you need to not be so stressed out. Imagine if you had just got shot at and you're pregnant, how much stress your baby would be under. You could mess around and have a miscarriage, hemorrhage, go into labor early, like all kind of stuff, right? So again, I'm just so happy that Young Miami is okay, for real, right? There's 2 videos of the incident. That one, well, that's not really of the incident, that's just of the aftermath of her talking to police, but there's another video of the aftermath too, where the cops kind of all pull away and they're gone now. There's like one cop car left there, and you don't even see Carisha there anymore. Young Miami, Carisha's Young Miami. So you don't even see her there no more at all. You just kind of see her car sitting there, and then the cop sitting behind the car on the side of the road. At that point, she probably had, you know, got picked up or taken to the hospital, whatever the case may be. But you hear a young woman in the background talking about how, you know, thank God that Young Miami's okay. This just happened. They pulled up from behind her and they started shooting at the back of her vehicle, right? So that's pretty much all we know right now, because this just happened a few hours ago. But thank God that Young Miami is okay. That's like the most important thing, and hopefully her baby will be okay too. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. So that's the top 50 rappers list, greatest rappers of all time, right? This ain't my list, all right? This is a list that's going viral on the internet, right? And everybody is like, yo, where's this list coming from? Who made the list? Who created the list, right? And so a lot of people are like, yo, this list is crazy, right? Some people are like, hey, I agree with the list, it's dope, right? And then other people are like, oh no, hell no, right? And so what I can say about the list is that I kind of agree with it 50-50. Like, I feel like, yo, the list is cool because every rapper, all 50 rappers that they have on that list are dope, right? And fire. And these rappers are spitters, right? They're not trolling nobody. They ain't put like Lil Pump on there, nothing like that. They have like all real spitters and real rappers on here, right? And then other people are like, yeah, that's cool and everything, but how is Joe Budden number 3, right? So number 1 is Nas. Nobody's saying anything, right? I mean, number 1 is Jay-Z, my bad. Nobody's saying anything about that. Number 2 is Nas, right? But number 3 is Joe Budden. And they're like, hold on. How did Joe Budden be number 3, right? Of all these other rappers, right? Number 4 is Styles P, and Joe Budden and Styles P have a lot of love and a lot of respect for each other. So a lot of people kind of thought that Joe Budden made this list, to be honest with you, right? Because Mos Def is number 30, right? Kool G Rap is 31. Yo, hell yeah. Like, Kool G Rap should be like top 10, right? Jadakiss is number 7. You got Mace 41. That's cool. But Stack Bundles 42. And Stack Bundles was a dope rapper, but a lot of people really don't know who Stack Bundles is, right? He's a dude from here out in New York, right? And so we all know who Stack Bundles is before he got killed, but a lot of people don't. So for Stack Bundles to make it on the list and be in front of like a Big Pun or The Game or LL Cool J or Rick Ross or 50 Cent or Busta Rhymes or Lloyd Banks is kind of crazy, right? So that's why people are like, nah, yo, Joe Budden made the list, right? So Joe Budden actually responded and he says, I ain't make the list, but I don't see any mistakes here, right? With the laughing emojis, right? And that was just because Joe Budden is like, yeah, me number 3 in front of all these people, that's dope, right? But anyway, so then he said that on Twitter and somebody responded, right? So the Brew podcast responded to him. Turns out the Brew podcast are the ones that made the list, right? But here's the thing, man, like they didn't watermark it, they didn't put their name on it, nothing. They just put out a list, right? And the thing went viral, right? Dope list, but you gotta, put your little trademark on there, your name or something, so that we know where the list is coming from. Because other people are gonna try to take credit about it and all the stuff like that, right? But it's like a double-edged sword. So where if you watermark it and it goes viral, everybody will be coming back to your podcast or going back to your Instagram and going back to your Twitter and following, and then you get more content and things are dope, right? But then at the same time, it kind of serves as a deterrent, because if you put your name or your watermark on it, people might look at it and be like, oh no, this is their content, I'm not gonna repost it, and then it might have never went viral in the first place, right? But then I look on their Instagram, they have like 1,200 followers, not that much at all. I look on their Twitter, they have like 400 followers, not that much at all. So like they needed this, right? But if they had put their name on it, maybe they would have blew up a little bit more. The list is kind of cool, right? Every rapper on there is dope. Every rapper on there needs to be on there. They got DMX like number, 30 or something like that, when DMX is like in my top 5, but it's cool, man. And I respect all the rappers that are on the list, but let me know who's your top. Oh, and by the way, they had no female rappers at all on the list, which I completely disagree with, because I think like Queen Latifah should be on it. If you're talking top 50, right? Lauryn Hill, Rod Digger, Nicki Minaj, Lady Luck, like there are rappers out there that can spit, right? Missy Elliott, even Da Brat. So I don't agree with that, right? There's absolutely 0 female rappers on there at all. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, yo, this is another win for 21 Savage, straight up and down, right? So this is like the 4th year that 21 Savage has done like this back to school drive, right? But I wouldn't even call it a back to school drive, right? Because usually a back to school drive is when you get a bunch of parents together, everybody puts their money together, everybody donates so that kids could have, school supplies to go back to school. But this was like way more than that. It was more like a back to school like giveaway, right? Because it was all, in part and sponsored by Amazon Music and Leading by Example Foundation, which is 21 Savage's foundation, right? And this ain't the first time or the second or the third time he did it. It's actually the 4th time he did it, because he always does this every year right before school starts in Atlanta, right? And this is so dope because he did it again, right? Where he's giving like free haircuts for the boys, right? Free hairstyles for the girls, free school supplies, free book bags, free uniforms, right? This is so fire, right? And this is not the first time that 21 Savage Savage has even done anything like this. So a couple months ago, 21 Savage with his same foundation, Leading by Example Foundation, gave kids $1,000 each to start their own bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? Teaching financial literacy, right? Tell me, that's leading by example for real, right? And this is something that you gotta love and that you gotta respect. And I just think that this is dope that 21 Savage is giving back to the community, right? I don't see no wrongs in this. This is dope. He should keep doing it, keep helping out people, keep reaching out to people. And this is the type of stuff that I like to see and the type of stuff I like to talk about. Not cucumber challenge with Alexis Sky, but y'all feel me with what I'm saying. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell and follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram. Y'all already know what to do. Peace.